Hello everyone, welcome back to your Eleanor, and this video we are going to explain Love Alert BL episode number 8. The story continues when Jimmy wakes up and finds himself in his room. He feels dizzy from the effects of alcohol. Jimmy leaves his room and smells the aroma of food. Jimmy thinks Toe is at his place. He immediately runs and hugs the person he thinks is Toe. But in reality, it is Tay. Tay hits Jimmy on the head and says that he is not Toe. Jimmy then thanks Tay for bringing him home. Tay says that he did not take Jimmy home. When Tay woke up and realized that Jimmy had already left his house, and Jimmy's phone was not being answered, Tay was worried that Jimmy might have had a car accident. So Tay came to Jimmy's condominium to check on him. Luckily, the condominium door was not locked. And a kind person like him happened to be Jimmy's friend. Tay even cooked food for him. Jimmy is curious about how he managed to get home. Tay asks what Jimmy remembers from last night. Jimmy only remembers leaving the bar and being beaten by some people. Tay does not want to hear that part. Is that all Jimmy remembers? Tay risked his life to save Jimmy. Sacrificed his back just to bring Jimmy home. Jimmy, who does not remember anything, is shocked. Jimmy thinks that Tay is still angry at him. But Tay is just a good friend until the end of the story. Tay even serves food to Jimmy, while Jimmy wonders who brought him home. Was he really so unconscious that he did not remember anything? Jimmy starts eating, and Tay watches him. Jimmy once again thanks Tay. Tay reminds Jimmy not to drink alone until he loses all memory. Jimmy will not be that lucky every night. Jimmy asks how Tay knew he was at the bar. Tay answers that he has informants. They told him that Jimmy was drinking alone, and asked Tay to come and take Jimmy away. Jimmy then begs Tay for help. He wants to get back together with Toe. Hearing that, Tay hits Jimmy again while saying that Jimmy is getting dumber every day. If Tay were still angry at Jimmy, he would not have brought Jimmy home or taken care of him like this. Now everything depends on Jimmy. Jimmy can win Toe's heart back in his own way. And most importantly, telling Toe that Jimmy loves him through Tay is useless. If Jimmy truly loves him, Jimmy has to say it himself and prove it. That is all Tay can say. Tay then says goodbye, while Jimmy thinks hard. Meanwhile, Toe thanks Freeze for taking him to the exhibition and also taking him home. For Freeze, it is not a problem, he is happy anyway. Toe asks whether Freeze will go home or stay for dinner. Freeze really wants to try Toe's cooking, and he also helps Toe prepare the meal. When Jimmy walks toward the kitchen, he accidentally kicks the trash can and finds a package of Sensei's snacks. Jimmy remembers and checks the house CCTV. He is shocked and at the same time happy when he sees that Toe was the one who took him home last night. Freeze is happy watching Toe cook, to the point that he does not realize his hand gets injured. Because of that, Freeze says that Toe can tell that he rarely cooks. Toe replies that Freeze is a doctor, not a chef. Luckily, the wound is small. Toe brings a first aid box and treats his injury. Seeing how attentive Toe is, Freeze smiles. Without realizing it, Freeze moves closer to Toe. Freeze confesses that he likes Toe, and asks whether Toe would like to try dating him. Toe falls silent. That night, Toe tells Tay and Fah about it. Tay asks what Toe's answer is. Toe smiles and says that he needs time to think. Tay is happy because if Toe accepted right away, Freeze might think that Toe is easy to get. Fah hits Tay for being too protective. After all, Freeze and Toe are not children. There is no need to play hard to get. Tae explains that he does not want to see his older brother heartbroken again. Fa replies that that will not happen. Do not compare a doctor to Tae's friend. Fa fully supports Freeze. Freeze has the personality and the profile, do not let him slip away from Toe. Because usually people only ask Toe to go to bars, waste his time, or just want a one-night love. But Freeze is the opposite. He only visits the cafe every day, morning and evening. Freeze takes Toe to art galleries he likes. And even helps him cook. Suddenly, Jimmy calls Toe. Fa strongly forbids Toe from answering the call. Because it is obvious that Jimmy is calling just to beg Toe to come back. Toe replies that Jimmy has not contacted him for a long time. This is the first time. He will only answer it if Jimmy is calling for the same reason. Toe will immediately hang up. It turns out Toe is informed that Sensei is sick. Tae and Fa take Toe to Jimmy's house. Toe immediately runs inside the house. That's all for this part. See you in the next part. Thank you for watching. Until then, have a nice day.